Today we're going to create a poster in Canva. So if you want to make a poster design or a flyer design of any sort, Canva is a great way to quickly do it using templates or even Canva AI and be able to create yourself a poster here in just a couple minutes. Let's go ahead and hop in and get started. If you don't already have a Canva account, there's a link in the description or top comment down below where you can try Canva Pro for free or just create a free account. Now here on the Canva homepage, we actually have a couple things that we can do. There's a lot of different items that we can make. I mean, you can edit video, do social media graphics, presentations. In this case, I want a poster design, and so I'm going to show you two ways to get started. Number one, you could go to templates here on the left-hand side, and you're going to see templates for a lot of different items. You could even search for templates, or there's a poster template section right here as a category. When I click on that, I can see a lot of different poster designs. Now these poster designs are going to be for a lot of different purposes. So if you see one for your purpose that you would like, you could click it and start with it. If it has a little crown icon next to it, that means it's a Canva Pro template, so that you have to have Canva Pro to use it, but there's a lot of free templates as well. Now maybe I just want something for a yard sale, for instance. So I could type in yard sale and search through templates and find a ton of templates on specifically that thing that I'm looking for. And so there's a lot here. I could click on one and then kind of look at it, look at all the pages of it. I could visualize it as a print. In this case, I'm not printing this as a poster. It's more going to be like a flyer. So I don't really care for the print, but you can click customize this template right here and it will open up a new project for you. Now you can also use Canva AI and just describe what you want. So in this case, we could say yard sale, or I could say, I want to create a poster for my garage sale, and I'd like it to be kind of watercolor-ish with premium items illustrated. And so you could use a prompt like that that's more specific to your situation and actually submit that and use Canva AI to start your document for you. Now, I used Whisperflow there. There's a link in the description for that. That's my voice to text. I like to use it in every app, and I just have to press a shortcut key. And it's a little easier to do that than type a bunch. And so on the right-hand side, it's going to show that you can print things with Canva. I could just exit out of that. And Canva AI is working right now to create several different templates for me based on what I said. And so you can see on the left-hand side, it's kind of preparing everything. And then here we see templates still. So I'm in a project now, and I have multiple pages to the project. And up here in the upper left, we see our file drop down with a few options. We can resize our poster if we want to. We also have elements here on the left-hand side, and elements are anything like shapes and pictures and graphics and frames that you can put pictures into. And so you can look through elements and search for them. You can even generate your own. You've got your text here on the left-hand side, so you've got all these different cool text treatments that you can just click and drag and pull out, or just click on and add to your designs. And so we're going to look at how to edit this template that it's created for us. And so I'm going to go kind of minimize that and look at what our pages are. We got a couple pages here. Okay, we got a garage sale. We got some items, kind of older items. We got some different looks, that's for sure. And oh, this one's kind of neat actually down here. Kind of looks like a fall garage sale. And this one's okay here. I think we'll start with maybe this third one here with the house. And so then you can make this template your own. I like the house down here, but everything's getting lost here in the middle. So I think what I'll do is start to grab some of these elements that it created and kind of move them around. I don't think I need these leaves over here. So if you find an element you don't like, you can click on it, click the trash can, or press the delete key on your keyboard, and we can start to kind of make this our own thing. Now, I think I like this, but it seems a little big, so I'm going to kind of scale it down just by clicking it and dragging on some of the corners here. And we can put this up here at the top. And then we have text here. And so text, we can have text be multiple lines, or we can have little text elements just be on their own line. I think I'm going to take this garage sale and kind of create like a different font out of it for each. And so if I just click into this text and highlight it, I see this bar pop up. And for anything you click on, you're going to see this little bar, and it's going to have lots of different features and settings that you can fine tune and change. One of them is font over here. So I could take this font And instead of being like a big bold font, I'm going to look in the handwriting category and select a handwritten font. So maybe something like this guy here, and I don't want it to be all caps. So I'm going to retype that. Actually, I don't need to retype. It looks like we have all caps set right here. So I could just click on this and it gets rid of the all caps. And so if I needed to retype it because I actually typed it in all caps, I could do that too. But there we go. We have garage and I want it to be centered. So I'm going to click the alignment button here and center it. So we've got garage and we've got sale down here. So I'm going to select this garage, maybe make it smaller. Just click on this corner. I can hold Option, or if you're on PC, you hold Alt, and it kind of does it from the center. And I can also make sure this is centered in my design by adjusting the position. So up here at the right, we've got position, and I can see this little pop out and align it to the page in the middle. There we go. So we centered that right up. I could even do the same for this element up here. Center that, just make sure everything's actually centered. And then I'm going to want like a big sale item, or big sale text on here. So I'm going to center that as well and make sure it's also aligned to the middle. And I think I like this font, Rubik 1. I just want it to be maybe a different color. And so I'm going to click on this A, which is my text color, with that highlighted. And I can select, from some of these colors that are in the design. I can choose my own color right here. But I'm going to click on this red right here, just kind of make it a different color than the garage. And I think I might make the garage font color just even a little darker, like that blue. Something like that, and I can tap on it or click on it and actually make it a little bit darker than that. So it's almost black, and then it's like a really deep navy blue. So I want these two to kind of interact with each other, so I'm going to make this one a lot bigger, holding that Alt or Option. I'm going to tighten up the spacing between there. I can go to these advanced text settings, kind of tighten up that letter spacing a little bit, and then I can click on, you see garage is behind sale. Well, that's not good. We want him to be on top of sale. So we could right click on sale here. And what we can do is actually align it, or no, go to our layers. And we can show all of our layers, or we can just send this element to the back. If we send them to the back, then garage is going to be in front. And so now we have garage sale, and that garage word is kind of on top of sale, which is pretty cool. I'm not sure I need this little tag here, so I'm going to go ahead and delete that. And then I do want to have the date, and I would also like to have maybe an address or something on here. And so I'll keep this right here. And we've got the date and the address. I don't know what this element is, just a little extra piece over here. I'm going to go ahead and delete that with the delete key. I like this little house, although it looks like a garage only, but it could be the side of the house or something. I am going to scale it down just a little bit so it fits down here a little bit better. And I think I like that. And so now I have room for all of my actual text up here. And so we're going to move this guy up just a little bit more so he's a little more off the page. And then we can actually group elements together. So I want this garage and sale to stay together. So I'm going to hold Shift and click on both of them, right click, and we're going to group. And then I can move him up and I can size this up and down if I don't accidentally right click. Grab the corner and kind of hold Option or Alt and size it up and down just like that. And so I like that positioning now. And I just need to change the date here. So it's actually going to be, let's say it's in June. We're going to say it's going to be June 13th of 2026, right? But this text is really small. So first I'm going to make sure it's centered. And then I'm going to make it, I can increase the font size here, or it's even easier just to grab the corner sometime and kind of increase font size there. Now I don't want too many different fonts. I mean, it will look maybe not as clean if I use a lot of different fonts. Right now I have 4 different fonts. So I think I'll go grab that same font as the sale, which was Rubik. So I can actually click on the font, and instead of being in the handwriting category, I can just search for that font, Rubik. And if I find the version where it has lots of different weights to it, I can actually drop that down and choose if I want it to be bold or semi-bold or medium, anything like that. And so I think bold, or I think semi-bold will work. So I'm going to select that and then kind of scale this out. You see how it's dropping down? It's because our text box is too small. So this little handle right here, we'll kind of move that out, and then we'll make sure it's centered right below. I think I'll do like the address here. So we'll say like 123 Main Street. Go to position, and we're right in the center, so that works perfect right there. But they're not both aligned the same, so I'm going to make sure they're both aligned middle as well, and that's centered up the bottom line there. And so now we have kind of a neat garage sale poster, and we don't have to keep all of these other pages. And so what we could do is just click delete page. If you don't see any of this, you've got these different thumbnails that you can show down here. You can actually delete pages from there and see all your different pages. But we can just go up here and delete this page. We're going to delete this page, and I'm going to keep that one, and we'll delete this one down here. And so if you wanted to, you could have this illustration down here, or you could have an illustration of your own. And if you want to bring in your own images, you can actually go over to Elements again, or actually it's going to be in Uploads, and you can upload your own elements. So you can upload files here. I've uploaded this image of this little plant. I could just click on it. It's going to bring that image out into my document. I can size it up and down easily, and I can even click on it and remove the background if I want to. You see background remover right here. So I can click on that, and now I just have like the plant that was in there. And that's pretty cool as well. And one pretty neat thing that we can do is with that Canva AI, if we go back to it, I could actually select this plant and ask it to make this plant look like it fits the watercolor design of page 1. And then we'll use Canva AI to actually regenerate a new plant image based on our actual photo. And you could do this with the items that you're going to sell, or maybe a picture of the house or anything like that, to actually add different elements into your design. But we don't necessarily need this plant in there, so I can delete that. And I like the look of this. So we've got the garage sale, we've got June, we know how to add images, we can add graphic elements. So if we click on elements, you can actually search for any of these different elements in here, images, graphics, videos. So if you go to graphics and maybe you wanted a bike in here or something, you could search for bike, and you're going to get a lot of different pictures, graphics. You can click see all and see if there's something that fits to add to your design down here. So I could add this bike right here if I wanted to, and I could just click and add and kind of scale that down. And now I've got a bike here, on the driveway as well. So there's lots of cool, quick things that you can add. And then if you want to print this, you would go to Share, and you can do a couple things here. You can print it through Canva if you want like nice printed posters. If you want to print it yourself, you would just click the download button right here, and you're going to have choices of different downloads. You could download as a JPEG if you want, choose your size, choose the quality, and then you can download that file, and it's going to download to your desktop, and you've got it, and you can just print it out for yourself. That's how to quickly make a poster in Canva. Hopefully you learned a lot of new features. Canva has a lot of AI stuff that's helpful, but also even just templates and stuff if you want to get started and just change some of the words. We made a quick garage sale poster here, but hopefully you find it useful. If you want to try Canva Pro for free, there's a link in the description down below. I'll see you guys in the next one.